presents Global Inequality, a new approach for the age of globalization, by Branko Milanovic, narrated by Joe Barrett. Publisher's note: this audiobook is packaged with bonus material, which has been included on the first audio and MP3 CD. If you downloaded this audiobook in a digital format, please visit Tantor.com and type Global Inequality into the search box. Follow the link to the book's page, then click on PDF Extra 1. When prompted, enter the access code INCOME to access the bonus material. Introduction. This is a book about global inequality. Throughout the book, I look at both income inequality and political issues related to inequality from a global perspective. Because the world is not united under a single government, however, we cannot dispense with the need to look at individual nation-states. On the contrary, many global issues are played out politically at the level of the nation-state. Thus, greater openness, commercial interchange between individuals from different countries, will have political consequences not at some imaginary worldwide level, but within actual countries where the people who are affected by trade live. As a consequence of globalization, for example, Chinese workers might ask for free trade union rights from their government, and U.S. workers might ask for protective duties from their government. Although individual nation-state economies are important, and almost all political action takes place at this level, globalization is an ever stronger force, affecting everything from our income levels, our employment prospects, and the extent of our knowledge and information, to the costs of the goods we buy daily and the availability of fresh fruit in the middle of winter. Globalization also introduces new rules of the game through the nascent process of global governance, whether through the World Trade Organization, limits on CO2 emissions, or crackdowns on international tax evasion. It is therefore time to look at income inequality not as a national phenomenon only, as has been done for the past century, but as a global one. One reason to do so is simply out of curiosity, a trait much appreciated by Adam Smith, our abiding interest in how other people outside our own country live. But in addition to mere curiosity, information about the lives and incomes of others may also serve more pragmatic purposes. It may help us in evaluating what to buy or sell and where, in learning ways to do things better and more efficiently, in making decisions about where to migrate. Or we may use the knowledge acquired from how things are done elsewhere in the world to renegotiate our salary with the boss, to complain about too much cigarette smoke, or to ask the waiter for a doggy bag, a custom that is spread from one country to another. A second reason to focus on global inequality is that we now have the ability to do so. In the past decade or so, the data required to assess and compare income levels of all individuals in the world have become available for the first time in human history. But the most important reason, as I believe the listener of this book will appreciate, is that a study of global inequality over the past 2 centuries, and especially during the past 25 years, allows us to see how the world has changed, often in fundamental ways. Shifts in global inequality reflect the economic, and frequently political, rise, stagnation, and decline of countries, changes in inequality levels within countries, and transitions from one social system or political regime to another. The rise of Western Europe and North America following the Industrial Revolution has left its imprint on global inequality, driving it up. More recently, the fast growth of several Asian countries has had an equally significant impact, pushing global inequality back down. And national inequality levels, whether increasing in England during the early industrial period or increasing in China and the United States during recent decades, have also had global implications. Reading about global inequality is nothing less than reading about the economic history of the world. This book opens with the description and analysis of the most significant changes in income distributions that have occurred globally since 1988, using data from household surveys. The year 1988 is a convenient starting point because it coincides almost exactly with the fall of the Berlin Wall and reintegration of the then communist economies into the world economic system. This event was preceded